Hello there. Oh, that's the wrong bloody screen.
Inspiration for everyone!
Inspiration!
Not everybody's in the right place. I just
Damn
clicked
it.
on the one that has 3 screens instead of 4. Hi everybody and welcome to session 48 of To the Skies. I am of course your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quests here on Twitch and YouTube. And with me today we've got my lovely and amazing cast. We have got Wingo the Wizard, we've got Stories from the Roses, and we've got Johnny Deadman. And they're all looking fucking scrumdiddly-umptious, aren't they? Look at them. Look at their fucking faces. It almost makes me sad that I'm going to hurt them.
Daddy.
No.
I mean, what?
Do we have anything we'd like to plug? There is actually something I would like to plug, okay? Before I do this, I am very much going to say, I've been doing this channel, and I've been running this channel for the better part of 5 years. And we've worked with a couple of companies, done a couple of little giveaways and stuff like that, but we've never had actual sponsorship or anything like that. So before I say what I'm about to say, I need people to know there's no sponsorship. I've not been paid to say this. This is just, I read this shit and this shit is good. To anybody out there who really likes third-party additions to their TTRPGs in any way, shape or form, I would love for you to go and check out this company called Black Vault. They are a company I've used a bunch of their stuff for a while. They have an amazing book called Eldritch, the Book of Madness. If you want to mess up your players by making them just petrified of everything around a corner, you need this book. But they're releasing a new book called The Bad Patch. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Have you ever wanted to fight produce? It is wacky, it is wonderful, it's whimsical, and it's also fucking terrifying. There's like a tree in this book. I've been sent a couple of little clips of it so they can, I can kind of see what's going on with it. Like, they turned dragon fruit into a dragon and made it scary. And it's fantastic. They have a Kickstarter starting on the 15th. Guys, please just do me a favour. Go look up Bad Patch. Go look up Black Vault. Their stuff is amazing, and they're such a small UK-based company. Within the TTRPG space, it's always in America that you have these companies who get all of this publication, and it's a lot of the smaller companies don't get a lot of look-ins. And this is a very small UK-based company, and they're phenomenal. I've met the guy that runs it twice now at UK Games Expo, and he's the loveliest dude. I swear, you'll have a great amount of fun if you check out stuff at Black Vault. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out there because I've been looking at a lot of their stuff lately, and it's coming up on the 15th, and their Kickstarter is starting soon. As for any other, I think that's all my housekeeping. So I get to go to my party and I get to say to them, guys, what the fuck happened last session? I will sip my drink while I wait.
Not a lot happened, but I stuff did happen.
Not a lot happened, but stuff happened.
Yeah.
We fought bugs, and we went against the bugs, and there was a lot of walls of fire.
Yeah. And then we found a journal that was in Sylvan, and we found a spell scroll that was like, this is some forbidden magic. And we were like, well don't mind if I do.
Fucking open it.
And then we looked in the journal, and it was like, my coven of mother hags have sent me things, but I am working with forbidden magic, so I've hidden these scrolls around the school. And we're like, well, good to know that there's forbidden magic hidden around the school. And then we opened chest, and in it was an eyeball. It was a hag's eye, and it was like looking at us weird. And we were like, okay, close that again. And then in our post-credit scene, we saw Silas, and he was being held with chains because apparently that guy just likes chains a whole lot, because this is the second time in the course of us knowing him that he's ended up in them. And there's this like swirling creepy nothingness being like, tell me where it is, and then it's like, little black hole coming for you, and that's where the post-credit scene ended.
I don't know how you managed to make the idea of pieces of somebody being deleted via small black hole.
You described he summons a black hole, so it's like blah, 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 blah.
Hey, Wingo, thank you very much for the bits. You're a lovely little bit.
I'm sorry, my bits fell all over the place.
Damn,
My
Wingo,
bitties.
what have I told you about like just having your bits all out for everybody to see?
I'm
Jeez.
sorry, my biddies need to be seen, but also Ouroboros gave us a hydrate.
Ooh.
Oh, everybody, hydrate! I have energy juice. That counts, right? Definitely.
I don't have my water with me.
I'll take another one for you.
Thank you. I've had like 3 water bottles today, so I'm not hurting on water consumption.
I am
promise.
so thoroughly hydrated.
Like,
I am in fact.
Just wait till the gargoyle
overhydrated.
comes in. You'll get thirsty again. Don't worry.
I think you'll get thirsty.
I'm gonna start making granite like ridiculously attractive.
You've
What do you
already
mean
got
start?
it in such a
I was gonna say,
Start.
isn't he already?
He's gonna go and visit like a dwarven stonemason and just be like, I've put like I'm just a little bit chunky, like chisel me down, and they're going to like make him like absolutely chiseled. Just gonna have like a rugged square jawline. He's gonna be like,
No, we want the dad bod. No, I want him rocks and all.
he's built like mythologically accurate Thor.
Love that for him.
Smash.
Wingo, in the course of this campaign, I have
Smash.
confronted you with a multiple eyeballed thing from the deep.
Smash.
Your husband who has tendrils for hair.
Smash.
A literal gargoyle.
Smash.
And the weird and wonderful combination of Slaneshi demon, snake boy, and absolute cunt of a demon prince all rolled into one. Which you
It was a
actively
smash
said,
until he was a dick.
You,
it was
I
a
was going to
smash
say,
until he
you
was a dick.
actively said, I would smash if he wasn't a dick.
Yeah.
Like,
Smash.
at this point, Wingle, I have to ask, is there anything you would smash?
The dungeon
Is
master.
Is there...
Hey, you're her dad. Or their dad.
I was about to say, like, I mean, that kind of makes sense.
But also, I am so saving this for a clip later. Like, that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
That was very... Get a
Timing
clip!
of that was perfect.
Yeah, do I have a clip button? I don't think I do.
Get in the comments! But, anyway. We are going to get into it now. We left off with you guys hopping over the remains of the little wall that leads into the little garden space between all these passing and crisscrossing corridors that will take you towards that central tower in the middle, which you know to be a library. Now, to remind you of the things that you found inside inside the chest and the false wall, because you did mention them briefly. One of them was a journal. You're very correct about it. It was written by what appears to be a hexblood, who is maybe a student here at one point, who was studying and creating their own spells using what they designated as a old, forgotten and forbidden school of magic. The other thing you found was very much an eyeball. It was an eyeball that was actively moving and looking at you, but you also found a scroll. You did, I do have a note here, you did do a check on the scroll to see what it was. So do you guys remember what it was, or would you like me to remind you of that?
It was a wall of mind.
Wall of Mind, you're very correct. Wall of Mind, being a 3rd level spell, you create an invisible and intangible wall of psychic energy on the ground at a point you can see within range. The range is 90 feet. You can make the wall up to 30 feet long and 10 feet high. It is 1 foot thick and it vanishes when the spell ends. Any creature that comes into contact with the wall must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, the target is immediately overcome with an intense urge to avoid the wall and is unable to pass through it until the start of their next turn. On a success, they become immune to the effect of the casting of this spell. Everybody good on that?
Hmm?
Okay. Awesome, cool. I just wanted to double check that, it was reminded of what that was. Fantastic. So, going towards this tower, the ground underneath your feet crunches. Any vegetation here is long, dry, desiccated, and very brittle. It's not a long walk. You're talking only maybe roughly in the realms of 100 foot of coverage before you get to another wall of a corridor, which you're able to just very quickly hop over, and then there's a large pair of double doors staring at you. These doors are, maybe at one point they looked quite regal, quite elegant, highly polished, very, very good quality wood, with metal fastenings designed to look like the weavings of arcane magic. But now they are rusted, broken, and the wood looks like enough force could honestly just put your hand right through the door. Whereas you've been in situations like this before where you've approached something like this and you can hear ominous sound from beyond there, the only sound you hear is from the environment. The cawing of nearby birds, occasionally the distant howling scream of some kind of creature warped and twisted by the effects of the apocalypse that ravaged the land 100 years ago. But there's nothing new. It's actually eerily silent. What would you guys like to do here?
We're trying to get through this door to get to the library, right, guys?
My Silas
All right.
ping still going off?
Silas is within 60 feet of you.
Yes, Silas is within about approximately 60 feet of us.
Perfect. All right. Does anyone mind if I knock? All right. Let's see how much force this door takes to get down. I'm going to cock my fist and do a full Roman Reigns Superman punch with my... remember, I still have gauntlets of ogre power. I've had them this whole time. So
this is
I'm
one of
gonna
the
try to
things I
punch
love
the door
about
down.
Feza is that I always forget he's got gauntlets of ogre power. So he's just this like 2.5 feet tall motherfucker who's just like, "Hand send you to the moon." Okay,
The short king has strength 19.
We love that for them.
Knock, knock, knock. Fez, I'm not even going to make you roll. You lift your hand and you knock. The door was open, but it was also it was also hanging on rusted hinges. So as soon as you hit it, it's just like a knock, knock.
I think we can
Inside
come in.
inside is eerily dark. Not total darkness. There is I know that technically the rules will say dim light, but to be very clear on what we're dealing with aesthetically, very dim light. And the light that is within this room is a strange deep purple and pale violet at the same time. As the door hits and it echoes, reverberating all over the stone walls of this tower. You're at the bottom of a small staircase. You're talking maybe like 10 steps up to a room. The light is coming from this room.
I'm thinking they're this way.
In we go. But quietly and carefully.
Oh, yes.
Quietly
So
and
quiet.
carefully.
Like a mouse.
We are going incredibly quietly.
I you know what? I can make us quieter, and I will I don't know. So I've never understood the silent spell. Can I put it on me like the darkness spell and it goes with us, or is it like a?
I think silence is a set location.
Says a point. It says say a point. I want it to be like the darkness spell.
That's
The point I see is my pen.
As far as I understand the spell, and if I'm wrong, please, if anybody looks it up and we find word that the great Lord and Saviour Jeremy Crawford has said otherwise, please tell me, because I would like to be able to go to several DMs and say, I fucking told you. But as far as I'm led to believe and as far as I understand the writing of it, rules is written. It is a set space you put it on that creates like a spheric effect of complete silence. Are you guys making your way inside? Well, actually, sorry, give me a moment there. Are you still wanting to cast silence, or are you going to scrap that idea? Okay, cool. So do you guys still want to make your way inside?
I went inside, finding silence.
Do you...
Some cash and prizes. Go fuck yourself.
Are you guys intending to do stealth checks to try and move there quietly?
I mean, is it really worth it? We just pushed a whole door down and it echoed.
That's up to yourselves to decide.
I don't think it's worth it at this point.
Especially
when we've got... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we're basically doing a WWE reference, like, entrance at this point. We may as well. No, then we automatically pass stealth because they can't see us.
It's like casting the silent spell, only moving.
We're all invisible. We all paint ourselves purple and sing the John Cena theme. While doing this.
But the thing is, we're pushing the door down. I don't see that as a John Cena entrance. I see like the door falling down being like a booyaka booyaka 619 booyaka booyaka 619.
Honestly, that's the most valid argument to that statement.
If it was a glass door, then it would have been Steve Austin.
At one point, I'm going to make you guys go in. There's just like flashing green lights, and you go, "What the hell are we going up against?" You'll just hear, "Dum dum, time to play the game."
Son of a bitch!
I'll make you guys fight Triple
I want
H.
to just walk through a clock so I can do an Undertaker.
At one point, halfway through a fight, guys, I'll just put total magical darkness around the place, have a bell ring once, and have all of you go, "Everybody pick a direction and run!"
This is a monster I don't want to fuck with.
If the lights come back on, don't look behind you. Just run.
Just run.
Oh god, the knowledge that I've been playing Hornswoggle this whole time.
Right. So you make your way up these 10 steps and into this room. It's like a small archway. There doesn't seem to have been any kind of door set in here. And as you step into it, it seems to have been like a lecture hall. But it is at the bottom of a large towered wraparound library. At the plinth, where there would have been like a podium where maybe a lecturer would have stood at some point, there is Silas. Again, several pieces of him have been like deleted. And hovering in front of him is this thing. It looks vaguely humanoid in its shape, but it has almost no features. Its face is completely devoid of anything reminiscent of any kind of humanoid facial features. There's no mouth, nose, eyes, nothing. It's just a blank space. at different points, pieces of it seem to like disappear and then remold themselves back into place. And it has these thin, decrepit arms. Honestly, based on personal experiences looking at it, it has the vague outline of some kind of undead, but it does not feel like an undead. There's none of that unnatural coldness about it. There's nothing about it. There's no palpable feel to it being here. With creatures like this, you step into a position and if they are creatures of elemental power, you can feel. There's always a feel from them. Same with if they're celestial, if they're aberrations, if they're insert thing here. This is that there's nothing here.
It is nothing.
And as you step in, Silas will see you guys. His manacle's still chained to the floor. And he kind of smiles a little bit. And he says, well, this is a good sight to see.
No.
Is anybody else alive?
Howdy,
Very
howdy.
unlikely.
Howdy.
It is very unlikely.
This thing's formless face will turn and look towards you all. Cock its head. And again, in a voice that sounds like multiple voices speaking at the same time, will start to very slowly drift over to you all. And say, we recognize your faces, but we do not know from where.
Where have you been in your life? Maybe we can help you remember.
A ship sailing over clouds.
Mm-hmm.
A land of endless swirling sand.
Mm-hmm.
Then cold. Stone walls beneath ancient castles. Then more sand with the sound of the sea. And then its head is going to turn and look at you, Fez, and say, burning, searing. We met our end at your hand.
You'd be surprised how little that narrows that down.
It just lingers there, as if it's trying to make some kind of sense of what you've said, before it turns away and starts floating back towards Silas. Outstretched its hand, and another one of these little motes pops into existence. Pure, dense, inky blackness. And says,
Ooh.
we have greater things to deal with. Greater secrets to know. And starts to move it towards Silas again. We will have answers.
Who knows if we have the answers? Let's maybe not be hasty. Just saying. Apparently you've been with us for a good while, and apparently Fez here, ended you. I bet he's a wealth of knowledge. I've been around for a while.
Don't look at me. I have no idea what's going on.
But you know so many nice songs.
Granite's just going
Dude.
to stand there and go, I know very few things, and none of them are you.
It's okay. You're very gorgeous, though.
You are gorgeous too.
Sparkle, 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 sparkle.
I don't have the heart to tell them that Granite does not know what gorgeous means.
That's like that was ever going to stop me.
You keep making him dumber, and that only makes him hotter.
The more himbo it gets, the more himbo it gets. Do you not understand this?
He talks in monosyllabic words and says sentences that revolve around me, Granite, you, person, we, kiss, and you're just like, he's too hot! At which point this creature's going to start floating towards Fez, hands still outstretched with this mote in its hand going, that is correct. You will give us the information that we require. You will tell us how to be...
the way I thought it was going to.
You will tell us how to be someone and no longer nothing.
Not touch people without permission, though, and I step in front of Fez.
Yeah, like consent is key, my guy.
They do not stop floating.
If they don't, then dominate monster.
Ooh, dominate monster. Okay, dominate monster. What do you need from me for that?
I need a wisdom save of 21, but if they are immune to the charm condition, I believe that you don't have it, but we are not. It says if your creature are fighting, it has advantage, but we're not technically fighting yet. So I don't know what that means.
We're not fighting. So
yeah, this is my first time using this spell. There's a lot of high-level bard spells I've never touched.
Unfortunately,
So,
it is immune to being charmed.
My eyes go black for a second, and I go, stop! And it doesn't stop, and I go, that's all I got, and I walk behind Fist.
Oh, you just need to be more forceful with your hand. Stop! And I cast Big B's Grasping Hand.
I love it!
What saving throw do you need for that?
That is actually a grapple check, and depending on... This is going to be dependent on its size. How big is it?
Medium.
The hand has advantage.
Okay. So athletics, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Nat 20 for a total of 28.
Nat 20
You're doing that. Mm-hmm. Oh no.
For a total of 23. So
I'm stronger than it naturally. Well, not naturally, but with my gloves.
So yeah, you will win that one. So Big B's grasping hand comes and clenches around it, and it doesn't like start struggling and writhing around. It just kind of like looks down at it. We do not wish to cause more harm than must be done.
Yeah, that makes one of us squeeze.
At the point that you squeeze, dealing damage to it, we will be rolling initiative. Excuse me a moment while I just grab my pens and such, guys. I'll be right back.
Man, we can avoid combat. Us. Squeeze! Squeeze!
Fez, the hell we can!
Me, yeah, you guys, you totally don't need to do combat, you guys. Yeah, we know we don't need to, but
But alternatively...
But we would like to do combat, please.
Fist.
I cast no.
Stop.
You guys don't need to do combat, but I would like... You guys don't need to do combat. Can I cast Uno Reverse?
Can I cast fuck this guy in particular?
Yes.
Funnily enough, what am
Funnily
I
enough?
looking for? Funnily enough, no.
After what? Well, just that. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean, funnily enough? He said he can cast have that guy in particular. What does that mean? What do you mean?
What a coincidence, because that's today. Okay. So now we're going into le combats. You're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there. You're in the wrong place. Naughty pen. Let's get you moved here. Alright. And we roll. First roll is a 5. Second roll is a nat something.
A nat 1, right?
And for granite. Okay, cool. Did anybody get above 25? Did anybody get between 25 and 20? Did anybody get between 20 and 15? Did anybody get between 10 and 5?
You skipped one. 15 to 10.
Oh, 15 to 10. 15 to 10. Sorry.
That's
I
where we
got
all are.
12.
So did I.
12, and fun enough, Granite got a 12. What's everybody's initiative modifier? Okay, cool. So
Oh no, doesn't have the same initiative modifier.
So now what we do is, who has the highest dex modifier? Okay. Both of you roll a d20.
Got 14.
16.
Fez goes first.
Just put me right at the bottom.
And I'm going to ask, what did our lovely Micah get?
Yeah, I rolled in that one for an 8.
I mean,
Okay. With that, we move to combat. And it's going to begin with this creature. It starts by observing the hand currently grasping it. And as its bonus action, it's just going to move. It seems to almost envelop in on itself. And it's going to appear behind Micah, rising from the ground, where it will use its action.
Is that a teleportation thing? Because grapple makes your movement 0.
It's a teleportation.
Okay.
It's like its particular own special Misty Step, basically.
Step. Okay.
Moves 30
Yeah, that
feet.
makes sense.
Yes. It is going to raise its hand and swipe down at you. It's going to make its attack roll against you as it tries to hit you with a Void Claw. I don't think that's going to hit, because that's going to come in at a grand total of 14. Okay, so the 14 does not hit on its first attack. It will make a second attempt. The second attack is slightly better. We've went from a 14 to a 29.
3 barbs.
Silvery barbs, fantastic. We'll roll it again. Does Silvery Barb say I take the lowest or I take the new roll?
Oh no.
You magically distract the triggering creature and turn it. Use the lower.
Okay, so it's still going to be the same 29.
Well, you suck. I'll. Fez can get the advantage.
If you'd like, I can use the other one because I rolled a 19, then I rolled a nat 20, so I can take the nat 20 if you want.
I don't like you.
I'm very sorry. That's why I was like, Silver Barb's fantastic, and then when it was nat 20, I was like, oh no. Okay, fantastic. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 5 is 10. That was not a 3, it was a 5. 5 and 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 7 is 19, plus 6 is 25. Plus 1 is 26, plus 1 is 27, plus 2 is 29, plus 3 is 32, plus 6 is 38 force damage. And I need you to make me, and this is where I knew someone was going to get the greatest of joy from me saying this. I'm going to need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, nice! So much charisma.
I have all of the charisma.
The charisma-iest of
All of it was
charismas.
hers. All of it
Oh.
belongs to Micah.
Unfortunately, my dice do not agree.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I did roll a 19.
19 in total?
19 in total.
19 in total. 19 meets it, beats it.
Oh,
But you
hopefully I don't get it.
oh no.
As it swats down on you, as it strikes you, you feel this reverberation through your body as if it attacked every single atom that makes you. It's like an echo, a reverberating sonic wave throughout your whole body with no sound attached to it. It will not make. It will choose not to make its second attack.
Wasn't that its second attack? Because it missed its first?
No. Oh yeah, sorry, that was a second attack. You're absolutely correct. Sorry about that. That's my fault. Very sorry about that. So it then goes to Granite.
Yay, Granite!
Granite is going to reel his fist back, and then he's going to take 2 steps and launch forward to try and smack this thing in the face. And let's see what we get on that for him. Roll to hit. His ally's now within 5 feet, so he gets advantage on that attack. That's a 13 plus 13 for a total of 26, which is going to be a hit on the first one. And on his second attack is going to be a 23, which is also going to hit. That is 1d8. Well, technically, because 2 attacks. 2d8 plus 14. A 7 and a 2 is 9. 9 plus 14 makes a total of 25.
Nice.
At that point, Granite is going to use a bonus action. He is going to use one of his... he's going to use one of his only use of his racial trait. And he is going to, as he lands, striking at once, striking again, he is going to duck down, folding himself in on himself, and then he's going to bare his chest out pull his head back and yell as loud as he can, filling the room with a cacophonous roar, as he's going to use his Guardian Roar capability. He lets loose a roar that fills with taunting magic. The enemy has to make a Wisdom saving throw, which it will make.
I realized I had advantage on freaking initiative because I rolled a nat 1 and I'm a halfling. Darn it!
Oh no.
That is going to be a total of DC 16 on that, and this thing rolled a 10 on the die for a total of 14. Does not make it. So, until the beginning of Granite's next turn, Granite must be the target of any attack this creature makes, or it will make it with disadvantage.
Okay, so it's like compelled duel.
A little bit, but it just happens for one round of combat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Granite's action and bonus action, so he's got nothing else, which means it goes to Fez with 8 on deck.
Cool.
All right. I'm going to use my Fate-touched feat, and I'm going to hit him with Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, we love a Dissonant Whisper.
Yeah.
What's the saving throw you need from me for that?
That is going to be a Wisdom saving throw. The DC is going to be an 18.
Wisdom saving throw DC 18. Okie dokie, that is going to be, I think it might just scrape by on that. It does indeed, with a total of 19.
Damn. It's going to take half damage then. So it's going to take 6 against a roll of 12. 6 points of psychic damage, and it does not have to run away from me.
Okay, 6 points of psychic damage, and it doesn't have to run away.
And bonus action, I'm gonna use the fist.
Okay.
I'm gonna fist him.
Love to hear that.
And I've got advantage on that roll because of Silvery Barbs. And thank you, Wiggle, because that is a nat 20.
I was hoping this would happen. As you nat 20 with the fist, its vision will turn on you. And it's going to make a reaction to your nat 20.
No!
Wingle? Not Wingle, sorry. Fez it. The other short one.
Your dad.
Fez, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
No, Dad, get that here! Hold on! I lied. I'll take it.
That is an 18 on the die. That is an 18 total, which means it's 17 on the die because I'm not proficient or charismatic. And
Okay.
knowing this guy, I'm going to flash of genius myself because I can do
Okay, I
that.
was gonna say I've got 5 more wheels that I
So
can
that's
give you.
That is a 23.
Okay. There is no adverse effects your nat 20 will go through.
You might be sexy, but I'm smart.
Just don't know how to talk to people.
Haven't you heard? Brainy's the new sexy. Ah!
Now eat fist.
And I don't mean in the sexy way. Ah!
Unless you're into that sort of thing.
We don't kink shame here. Ah!
Such a wonderful
Oh my god.
This is very punchy today.
That was
literally.
like a solid 15 seconds of just gradually escalating showing of just exactly how
Yep.
filthy minded we are. That's
Yep.
all that was.
Yep.
Oro, if you're
Fez.
still here, clip that.
Fez, go ahead and if you're hitting with your fist, what's your damage dice for that?
That is 4d8. So that is
Fucking what?
it's Bigby's fist.
I thought you meant you were just punching. How the fuck's this halfling doling out
big spectral fist
4d8?
The one that I was hugging him with.
Right, okay, cool. So 4d8, that's going to be a total of 32 without rolling any die. So roll your 4d8 and add 32.
Yep. That is 19. So
19.
Yep.
32
so,
plus 19, so 32 plus 9 is going to be 51 plus 10, 61 damage.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's like punches a hole through this thing, just like, oh, I gotta use this more often.
Alrighty. So what was that there? 61 damage, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And that is bludgeoning magic damage?
Yeah, it is magic bludgeoning damage, yes.
Magic bludgeoning damage. Okay. Oh, I hate having to do math. Got it. Alrighty. Is that everything for you, Fez?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Fantastic. At the end of your turn,
Oh boy. Here it comes.
it's going to use its legendary action. Tilts its head, and I need you to make for me a charisma saving throw.
Again.
I thought
As
that the guardian thing made him only focus on granite.
For attack rolls, this is not an attack roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a 10.
A 10? Okay, cool. So,
That's not gonna work.
this is that little mechanic we talked about. So, Fez, somewhere, wherever you'll mark it, this is temporary, by the way, it goes away after a long rest, and it's only going to really affect this creature. But Fez, you feel a deep pulsing... I don't know why I said deep pulsing, because, like, you don't. That's the exact opposite. You feel
After all that
this...
fisting talk.
I know, right? Somebody said it to pulse and left it on. No, you feel like somewhere inside you there's just a hole. It's just waiting to get fisted. But you are going to take 23 force damage.
Ooh, wow.
Oh.
And
This is magic, right?
it is a magical effect. It's not a spell. It is a...
I'm
yeah,
resistant
it's a
to
magical
all magic
effect.
damage.
Okay, so in that case, it will go from a 23 to a 11. 11 force
Nice.
damage. You will still have the level of dread. However, the effect that instills the level of dread cannot be affected by the additional dread damage. So, like, if he puts a level of dread on this with you, it can't add the damage onto this particular bit of damage. Has to be onto, what's the word?
Consecutive.
Consecutive.
Right.
Points
Future
of damage.
damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
good
cool, so
news,
that's
guys.
just-
I can still tank a power word kill.
That's his legendary action, so it goes to 8 with Micah on deck.
Okay. How close is Silas from us?
Silas is about 25 feet away from you.
Okay. Eight's just gonna half run, half fly on over there, and just rest a hand on his back. She's gonna cast Freedom of Movement on him.
Oh, woo.
Yes.
Freedom of movement.
So-
Fantastic.
Yeah. Which, if his manacles are not magical, he can spend 5 feet of movement to just out.
Okay. So what I'm going to say, usually I leave it up to my party members to decide on actions they want to take. Like, you know, I let like an ability check be like a free action unless you're using more than one, then it would stack up. So what I'm going to say is, before that spell is cast, could you roll me a history check?
Yes.
Purely because I think 8 is the kind of person that would remember these, even if Jess himself doesn't. So I figure we'll...
Oh, are these
make
also
roll it.
magical like the same magical manacles?
So yes, these are the same ones. It can't. If you'll remember that far, back, I don't know if you will. He couldn't. You couldn't find a way to get them off. So we just had these manacles with these long chains hanging off them on at all times. They still appear to be the same ones.
Dang. Okay.
But what I will say is, you don't need to have used that spell slot in.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna just kind of fly up like 15 feet. And I'm gonna change my little starry form to the healing one, my little starfish. And I'm gonna go ahead and do mass cure wounds because people got smacked.
Okay, mass cure wounds.
Yes. So that is gonna be 3d8 plus 5.
3d8.
Okay. Okay, so that's 12 hit points for everybody.
Okay.
Let's see. Between Micah and Fez, who got hit the hardest because you get an additional 2d8.
Out of 187, I'm at 122.
Okay.
Out of 203, I'm at 123. So technically, Micah got hit harder because I have more hit points by 1.
Okay. Micah, you get an additional 7.
Thank you.
So a total of 19 for you. And that will be it for me.
Okay. From there, we go to Micah. Micah, you up?
Alright. This thing keeps bouncing around, and Micah's. It's honestly going so fast that Micah might not be able to like fully comprehend, like, what's the next step. And you guys see purple scales start to go on Micah's arm, and then it kind of comes back as they decide to do something a little different. And I look at this thing and I go, this needs to end. You are not being very nice. And I use a bonus action, do Bardic Inspiration, to minus a d12 to his next saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh!
And then I
Eloquence words, that's right! Eloquence words are the best! Oh, I love eloquence words!
And then I cast Synaptic Static, so I need an intelligence save of 21 with a minus, let me see where my d12 is. A d12 minus, 2.
Hey, that's still 2 that he doesn't
Intelligent-
get to have.
Okay, so intelligence save of 21 with a -2 on it. Okay. Let's see. So, with advantage, rolls an 11. Intelligence save modifier, plus 11.
But -2 would take
-2 takes it into 20. So synaptic static is going to land on this thing.
So this is not a concentration spell, and for let me bring it up really quick.
Psychic Fireball.
Static. Yeah, it's 8d6,
Love
34
this spell.
damage,
Love
Yeah,
this
34
spell so
damage.
much.
and then it rolls a minus d6 to all attack and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. Yeah, but you
Love
do
this
get a
spell so
saving
much.
intelligence saving throw at the end of each of your turns to end this effect. So just put that D6 right next to your thing every time you want to try to hit me.
Due to that synaptic static, Micah, its head rotates 180 degrees. And then its body does the exact same thing, following in sections like upper torso, lower body.
That's not normal.
But no sound. No sound as it does it.
That's unsettling.
As it's going to use its second and final legendary action against you. Charisma saving throw, please.
That's a 31.
Yeah, okay, so you're absolutely fine. You will take half damage, but you don't get the level of dread because, you didn't fail. Unlike some people. I'm looking at you, Fez. 10 plus 9 is 19. 19 plus 7 makes a total of 26. 26 becomes 13. 13 force damage.
13, and Synaptic Static is not a concentration spell, so...
Yep, absolutely not. Love Synaptic Static.
It's such a good spell.
It really is.
At the end of that, it goes to this creature's turn again. Top of the initiative order. And this time, it's going to use a spell.
Ooh.
It will use... What will it use? This one. It is going to target... Suppose it will target Granite on this one. It'll target Granite.
Yeah.
And it's going to point to... It's going to point towards him. And it speaks in this horrific tongue. Hearing the words is actually painful to your ears, and it's almost like you get a headache hearing the words. As it says, Gal Vortar Voon. And it just pinches the air and then splays its hand. And wisps of this dense black shadow peels from its hand and lash out towards Granite. Granite has to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Jess.
Now, little known fact about gargoyles. Gargoyles are the defenders of magic users. They're also incredibly resilient to magic. So just for being a gargoyle, Granite has got advantage on all saving throws against spell or magical effects. Does also have a -2 to intelligence.
Oh no.
That probably doesn't help much.
So,
Depending on what he rolls, if he needs some wheel, I've got 5 of those.
he rolled a 3
Okay, yeah, no, I can't
with
help him.
advantage. So he rolled a nat 1 and a 3, which means he rolled a 1 in total.
Yeah, I can't take it.
A man right after my heart. I mean, he's
Not a
perfect.
thought behind those eyes.
He's perfect.
Shouldn't he be too dumb to experience dread?
I know, right? At that point, he's like, I just don't know what's going on.
I feel like he's too
Why
dumb
am I
to
here?
understand how scary this is.
If I hit it, it'll go away.
Granite is hounded by nightmarish visions and whispers. As they assault his psyche and his mentality, he will have disadvantage on attack rolls. At the beginning of each turn, he will make a saving throw again to try and resist and overcome these effects. However, after 3 failed saving throws, the effect no longer requires a saving throw. It can only be removed via a long rest. If a long rest is not taken within an hour, the cursed target's soul is dragged to the realm of nightmares.
Jesus.
How dare you? Why would you do he's my boy! My boy!
How dare you wound my boy!
Is this
That's my
dispellable?
boy. No, my boy. Boy, help.
This is one of those things I was talking about when I said Eldritch, the Book of Madness by Black Vault. You should definitely go and check
Out
it
of
out.
curiosity,
There's some
is this something
fucked
that-
up shit.
Is this something that could be dispelled?
It doesn't say it can't be.
Because I've got Dispel Magic, and I've also...
That's what
I
I'm
think I've got
thinking. Is like that's
Remove
the
Yeah.
only thing I got.
Interestingly
Remove
enough,
curse.
right? Range 100 feet. The spell's range increases for each spell slot above it, till the point where if you use a 9th level spell slot, you can cast this spell on anybody that's on the same plane of existence as you, as long as you know their name.
Oh, so
God,
we do in
I would
fact
be
have a
so
fuck this guy in
petty.
particular.
Imagine
I
just going,
that is a fuck
you.
this guy in particular. We found it.
We found the spell!
I'm gonna cast this spell on you every day that I wake up and I'm alive. You're gonna have to make a saving throw every single day that you're alive, buddy. That's how much I do not like you. Okay, so Granite is overcome with this,
Oh, no.
and that was this creature's action to use this spell.
Cool. Bonus action.
It is going to use a bonus action,
Oh, great! I'm so excited.
but it's not going to use the bonus action it did before. It's going to use a lovely little bonus action that it has. Now, this is a bonus action, but
I don't like how you said that at all.
I was just saying,
Like it is a
where's
bonus. I
the ball gonna be
swear.
dropped here?
Oh,
fucking
don't do the
good.
rave crab.
It's so fucking tasty. Okay, so as a bonus action, this creature is going to use a thing it has called Step Through Reality. It disappears. Again, just almost like imploding in on itself. And that's it. That's the end of his turn.
Rude! Whore.
It then goes to Granite's turn. Granite is very confusingly going to look around, trying to figure out what to do, and can't attack anything. So what he's going to do is he's going to kind of roll his shoulders, and Granite is going to hold his action. He ducks himself down, reels his fist back, and he's going to charge a Divine Smite in his hand. So his fist starts to glow. And he's going to hold his action for this creature reappearing, and then he's going to... At the end of his turn, we go to Fez. But Fez, at the beginning of your turn, this creature's going to appear behind 8 and smack.
God damn it.
Minus a d6.
Minus a d6, of course. Are you rolling that d6 or do I roll that d6?
You can roll that d6.
Okay, that's right. Just give me
I'm
more
just
dice
gonna
to roll.
continue to remind you. Because I have a tendency to do this spell and then forget to tell him.
Minus a d6. That's a 5 on the d6, which makes the dice roll an 11 plus... A total of 21 to hit for you there?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Minus
Yeah.
5? Ew.
Yeah, a total of plus 10 to hit. Rolled a 16 on the dice roll, which brings it to an 11. 11 plus 10 makes 21.
There's nothing I could have done with that.
That's so valid. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a charisma save.
4, 31.
Yeah, you are. Wait, hold up! I have a silvery barbs. Silvery barbs it.
Silvery barbs.
Oh, you don't have to silver barbs. It's fine. I can take it.
I know, but if it hits, I can give you advantage. So I give you advantage on this.
That's
So regardless
the
of that, I can...
It's the same dice roll.
Same dice roll, that's fine. I give you advantage on this charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Hooray! And I still have the D12 that you gave
And you-
me.
Yes, you do. I gave
An inspo.
inspiration last session.
Okay, so I might say.
Okay.
There
I've given you every possibility to succeed, Jess.
Are you ready for this 8? You ready to hear
Yeah.
how much damage you're going to take here?
Oh, I'm so ready.
You're going to take 69 force damage.
Yes! I should have let you fail.
69, really? Wow. That guy hit me like a truck.
Yep, 69 force damage. And I do need a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
At advantage with a d12.
Yes.
Come on.
Okay. Okay, so I rolled a 15 plus 2 is 17 plus 5 is 22.
That is going to be enough. You still take the damage, but you do not get the additional effects.
Okay.
That's
Y'all
his
are
first action.
charismatic.
You are the
No,
best.
we're not.
Wingo gets all the prizes. They get all of them. All the cash and
Appreciate it.
prizes go straight to them.
And I don't think its second attack will hit you. That is a 12.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that's with the -6. It was an 18 on the dice. It was sorry, not an 18.
Which
on the
would
dice
have
roll.
hit me.
It was a 7, plus the 10, was 17 -5 brought it to 12.
You guys know that, like, charisma casters are my niche. Like, I'm very good at bards.
I do like a charisma caster. I'm not great with
I know.
bards, but
The thing is, I haven't done a face of the party with you, Brandon. If I end up in another campaign, which I assume is going to happen eventually, my next one, I want to be the face of the party because you haven't seen. I mean, you get to see me as Manovel be the face of the party, but like, I can bard so well.
I look forward to a point where people get to see me play my wheelhouse, which is either obnoxiously wise druid ranger that sits in the shadows and only speaks when it's a moment of real implicit wisdom, or no brains, no nothing, all I do is punch things, let's go.
I want the himbo. I want the himbo. I'll marry you in a second.
My favourite character that I've played for a long time and I never got to finish playing him was a half shifter, half Goliath.
I remember you telling me about him.
Using a Goliath stat block, but I swapped out one of the Goliath racial traits for the shifter racial trait to like shift. And the specific animal he was a polar bear. He was a barbarian cleric fighter multiclass, and completely unarmed fighting style, just used to punch things to death while electrocuting them. I loved that boy to bits. He was basically All Might. Love him so much. But yeah, its second attack misses, so that is the end of its turn. As it pops back into existence, Granite is not within the range to attack it. So his held action does get lost, because the held action doesn't include movement. However, it does go to his turn now, so he's not going to let that Divine Smite go to waste. He's going to run up and he's going to punch this thing as hard as he can. That's a 14 plus 13 makes a total of 27. Oh shit, wait, no. It's not a 27. Never mind, he's rolling with disadvantage. So 14, that would be a 6 on that one. 6 plus 13 makes a total of 19, which will hit. Disadvantage, I need to remember that. That one's not going to hit, I'm afraid. That is a 2 plus 13 for a total of 15. He does not hit on the second one. But the first one will hit. So he's going to deal 1d8 plus 2d8 plus an additional 1d8 for the spell slot. 6 and 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 5 is 9, plus 7 is a total of 26 on the attack roll as he punches this thing straight in the chest. He will make his second attack roll. With this... Oh, wait, no, that was his second attack roll. Never mind. I'm going absolutely doolally. Oh, he gets 3 attacks. I forgot he's a fighter. That's not going to hit either. Oh, actually, wait, it will. Dirty 20. Dirty 20 will hit. On this one, he's just going to pop. He's just going to use his normal attack. So that's going to be a total of 7 plus 7, 14 bludgeoning damage. Okie dokie. That is him. That's Granite done. It's going to move to yourself, Fez. 8, you are on deck.
I don't think I have anything else particular. Oh. I mean, I could.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. To
Pull a
quote-
temple. Pull a
to
temple.
quote-
Are you gonna throw up on him?
I'm going to throw up on him.
to quote the greatest Scotsman that ever lived, do it. And let the English see you do it.
Yeah.
So you're going to throw up on him?
I'm going to throw up on him.
I'm going to tell
I
you
like
right
that.
now.
We could
somewhere,
tell. We could tell that was where you were going.
Somewhere
Yeah, of
deep
course.
in the recesses of this creature's mind, it doesn't realise this, but it's getting PTSD flashbacks.
Wait,
I had a
is
feeling
this
it was the
elf
guy.
Is this
This
the
is
elf dude that
definitely
we
the
turned
elf
into soup? Oh my gosh!
Did we turn
That's
him
why
to
he
soup or did
moves
you
so
guys
weird,
turn him to
'cause
soup?
This was
Turned him into
before.
This was
when we
before you
turned
came
this guy
into
to
it.
soup.
Fez threw up on a guy, turned him into nothingness, just threw up on him until this guy
Yeah.
was. Have you ever seen the first RoboCop movie? No. The very first RoboCop movie, a guy gets dropped into a vat of chemical waste, and then he gets hit by a car, and he just turns into a puddle. It's the greatest act of special effects ever, because this guy just comes apart.
And that guy is also Red Foreman from that 70s show.
No. Red Foreman
no,
is
it's
the
a
guy
different
that
guy.
hits
Red
him
Foreman-
with a car.
Yeah. Red Foreman hits him with the car.
Yeah, Red Foreman hits him with a car. It's a different guy. But yeah, it's the greatest effect from the 80s ever, because he gets hit and legitimately becomes a puddle. He just comes apart on every way you can come apart. But Fez, what saving throw do you need?
That is a dex save. DC is 18.
So it's an 18 on the die, and a nat 20 on the die. Now I believe that I'm still rolling with a minus a d6 on those.
Do you do your intelligence saving throw at the end of your turn?
Oh, I did not do my intelligence roll at the end of my turn, which means that I missed it, so we'll skip it. So am I still rolling the d6?
If you failed it, you gotta keep going with it's attack rolls, ability checks, and Constitution saving throws maintain concentration.
Yeah, so it's not a dex
So
save.
it's not
yeah.
on this. So
Not a
in that case, it's going to be a nat 20.
Ew. Fucking ew.
Ew, I don't even know her.
So yeah, so nothing on that, but will he be so lucky against my fist? Because Big B's fist is still up.
Big B's fist is still up.
Have you been making concentration checks with him? Because you got hit.
I got hit once.
I thought you got hit more than that.
I got hit for 12. I'm proficient in con saves and I'm tanky.
I thought you got hit for a big one. Maybe it was just
It got negated because
Eight got hit.
8 got hit for a big one. Yeah, I got hit for 23, and then that gets reduced because I'm magic resistant because I'm a warlock artificer. That is a 25 to hit with the fist.
That will hit.
And just because it does mimic my hand motion, it punches like this. Goes middle finger first.
Love that.
All right, that is got to be 19.
19. Fantastic. Is that 19 damage, yeah?
19 damage, yes.
You reel your fist back, and as a reaction, as you throw your fist forward, it is going to... Its chest just becomes completely black. And as your fist strikes it, Fez, I need you to roll me a d6. On a 1 or a 2...
Oh no, it's going to hit one of us. It's going to redirect it.
On a 1 or a 2, it's going to be granite. On a 3 or 4, it's going to be 8. On a 5 or a 6, it's going to be Micah.
Oh, great. We're fighting the Spot from Spider-Man. That's a 4.
It's a 4. Okay, 8.
Me, right?
I need you to make for me, if you wouldn't mind, I need you to make for me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's certainly try. No, I got a...
No.
A
So then-
9. Got a 9.
So then this creature will not take 19 damage.
I will.
8. You will take 19 force damage as somehow you see Fez's fist disappear, or the attack coming from Bigby's fist disappear into this creature's chest, and you feel this like intense pressure in the center of your chest. Or I guess for you,
Our
in the
sensors are
center
going
of
off like,
your,
"Ah!"
in the center of your being. It is not pleasant.
Ooh, right by her cores.
Um,
Not like that.
Is that his recharge ability? Yep, that's the recharge ability. Okay, cool. That's its reaction phase to. Is it a bonus action to attack with Bigby's hand?
Yes.
Okay, so I believe you still have. No, you used your action.
No,
to
I
throw up
I
on
used.
it.
Yep, I threw up on it.
Anything else you would like to do there?
I'm tapped out.
You're tapped out. All right, fantastic. From there, it is going to go to. Yeah, that goes to 8 with Micah on deck.
Okay. I feel like this is gonna be a dumb thing to do. But 8 is such a hopeful little being. You know what? We're gonna give it a try. Thinking on the fact that it said that they want to be something because they are now nothing.
Mm-hmm.
8 is gonna pull out some of her diamond dust, and it's gonna kind of coat her whole hand in like this really shiny, glimmery sparkle, and she's gonna reach out and touch it, and she's gonna cast Greater Restoration and see if she can possibly restore this thing to who they were.
Okay.
I don't think it'll work, but I'm gonna give it a try.
It's certainly an interesting attempt.
Keyword attempt.
Always got to be specific with it. It is an attempt.
It is definitely an attempt.
I'm going to roll for it because I did not foresee this. So I'm going to make a roll. D100.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 5% chance. 5%.
That it will work?
5% chance that it'll work. Right, so wait, hold on. What's your... What, you guys are level 17?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll give it a 17% chance to work. Okay? We'll treat it like
Kind
a
of like
divine
divine
intervention.
intervention. Yeah, kind of like
divine
it.
intervention. So
I
if
getcha.
I roll lower than a 17, a 17 or lower, I'll let this work.
Do it. So you need a 1 or a 0.
We have a 1.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We have a 1.
All right.
Under a 7.
What is
Okay.
it? What is it?
So I'm trying to just line. I'm trying to line these up so I can take a picture.
Do it. Oh my god! I love this because those were not in your favor, Jess. Oh my god! You know that it was under. What do you think it was? I think it was a 15.
I bet it was a 17. That's why I was taking a picture.
You think it's a 17 on the dot?
I think
Jess?
it was.
I was gonna say 16, like one below.
Okay.
My whole body is tense right now.
I know.
I'm trying to put it into. There we are. There.
The chat.
It was a 16.
You called it.
Oh.
That's
So
badass.
you reach out and you pop a greater restoration on this creature.
Her wings are all shiny and pretty and stained glass.
And from where you touch it, there's a slight pulse. And everything stops. All of the sounds from the area nearby, as if there's just a void around you. And slowly this thing's outer appearance of pale, ashen, grey wisps of smoke start to peel back. And it doesn't reveal the elf that was there. That elf has been through so much damage and such, the body's not there. This was a fractured piece of psyche, a haunted echo. But what remains behind is a similar shape of creature, but made of pulsing wisps of light. Bright white at its centre, but fading out to an incredibly pale violet or pink towards the edges. One of its hands was raised as if to come down for an attack on you as you did this, and it stops and pulls its hand down in front of it to look at it. Flexes the hand. And then turns its, again, featureless face towards you and says, "We are something."
A very beautiful something.
We are grateful. And then its form again starts to shrink in on itself before turning into this tiny little mote and then gone. The ominous purple light that has filled this place starts to change to a dull orange light as the looming void effects around about this area dissipate with the creature's disappearance. You guys have found a unique way to evade the combat.
Hug everything. Eight's way of doing it, just hug everything.
Hug everything. As the creature disappears and as the lights return to normal, what would you guys like to do?
How's Silas looking?
It looks rough, but as this creature dissipates, you can see the pieces of him starting to come back.
Yeah, that's good. Was it gone forever?
Don't worry, I got him, and I'll go to Silas and put his hand in my hand, his big hand versus my small hand, and I will give a 7th level heal to him.
Wow.
I mean, if we're not gonna do any more combat, I still have a level 9 spell, so I'm gonna waste this shit. Let's go. Heal. And what he feels is like Southern comfort. So he smells mac and cheese. He smells butter.
I thought you
For
were
some people,
actually
it's
saying
bit-
he smells Southern comfort. I was like, wow.
for some people it's alcohol. Some people are smelling Vicks Vapor Rub because that's a healing thing.
So valid.
Depending on how south you want to go, yeah.
It depends on how south it is.
Like south of the border, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you put it on the bottom of your feet.
Yeah,
I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I know things about things. Alrighty.
So are we gonna go and find those forbidden spells? We gonna go back? We gonna try and find people? What is the next step on this plan? Or are we good?
I think we gotta let Silas out because he's still manacled and he's got anti-magic checks. Which reminds me, and I'm gonna use right tool of the job to conjure some thieves tools, and I'm proficient in those, and I have tool expertise, so my proficient is doubled.
And you
So
have
neat.
a bardic
Big ones.
inspiration of a D12.
And if you
So-
need a
You never-
wheel, I've got that for you too.
This was given to you before the last time this was attempted. Nobody was able to get high enough to remove these
So
without
you have a
magical means. It's a DC 30.
So you have a D12, you possible wheel, you have Flash of Genius.
Mm-hmm.
What else can I give you?
And
All right.
just to be on the safe side, Granite will reach over, give you a pat on the head.
Bless.
Bless.
Yes.
That Bless doesn't
All right.
work for ability check, it's guidance.
Oh, guidance.
Yeah.
Granite also has guidance.
Beautiful.
I do
Pat! Wait, that's the wrong
I
one!
also have
Pat!
guidance.
have
Let's see.
both.
Okay, we're off to a good start. I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Hey.
It's dex space, so that's a +3, 21, and then double my proficiency bonus for a 12. I didn't need any of the bonuses. I have a 31
Ooh,
because I am an expert in thieves' tools because artificers are busto.
That's fantastic.
Pat.
On a 31, I will forgive the fact that you pronounce artificer weird. On a 31, a minute to 3 minutes pass as you poke around at the incredibly intricate locks on this thing. Designed for an incredibly specific tool to slide into place between both of them, to be pushed together so that it unlocks both at the same time, because they must both be unlocked at the same time, at which point they would fall off. And at the point that you fiddle with one fiddle and go, right, okay, and then you just do lockpicking each and start just... And then I imagine Fez is quite a cocky bastard when he knows what he's doing, goes, and this is where the magic happens. And they just fall off. And
Definitely lands on his foot, though.
like Silas's wrists are like the skin is dry and cracked beneath them, rubbed raw. Bear in mind that Silas being within this, as the last time you guys were in this cell that Silas was in, you guys were able to discern that there was magic here that sustained him without the need for food or water. So he was in there. So he was in there from the beginning of the apocalypse. He had these things around his wrists for 100 years plus. And as they fall off, like, he very tentatively reaches out and touches the skin at his forearm. And he smiles. And he says, Fez, mate. I owe you a seriously big drink.
I accept your challenge.
And he's going to laugh, touches his wrists a little bit again, and then he's going to kind of flex his fingers, put his fingers to his wrist, and he's going to channel just a first level spell. Just a little kind of test in the water. and the skin around there heals. And then he's gonna come over and he's gonna hug you, Fez, and he's gonna like this is like a real tucked in bro hug kind of thing. Like he pulls you right in, and he's going to whisper into your ear, "Thank you."
I got you, big guy.
For removing them from him, he's going to reach behind into like one of the kind of packs he's got on his belt, and he's going to go, I don't know what it is. I couldn't translate it, but for doing that here, this is the only one I could find. And he'll hand you, again, what you recognise to be another one of these scrolls, which is wrapped very much the same way the last one was.
I could read the last one if I
could.
recall, because it was written in Sylvan.
It's Sylvan, yeah.
Yep, they're written in Sylvan. You open it up?
I'm a read. Yeah.
Okay. Now, to be very clear, I did put this particular spell in when we had a certain person in the party. But I imagine you'll still find a creative use for it. You open it up, and as you start to read through it, the title is the first thing that's going to stand out to you with this spell, and I know you're going to have an absolute love when you hear it. This spell is a very potent spell, requiring the ability to cast 5th level spells to use it. And it's called Colossification.
Yep.
You enlarge yourself to become gargantuan. For those who know me and know how I work the sizing scales, I like the sizing scales from the older editions of D&D, where you not only had gargantuan, you had colossal, and then you had titanic. So when this says gargantuan, gargantuan, titanic, then colossal. So when this says colossification, it does say the word gargantuan. I specifically mean you go colossal. You are going Shadow of the Colossus size. You know? An entire platoon of soldiers can fit on your shoulders as you march to war. You enlarge yourself to become, insert word, colossal. Everything that you are wearing and carrying changes size with you. Any item that you drop returns to normal size at once. A thrown weapon or piece of ammunition returns to normal size immediately after it hits or misses a target. While transformed in this way, you gain the following benefits. Your strength score increases to 30. Your weight and your carrying capacity is increased by a factor of 500. Your carrying capacity is 3,600 pounds. All of your movement speed is doubled, and any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage that your weapon attacks deal is tripled.
This from?
Sorry?
Which book is this from?
This isn't from a book.
Oh, this is a homebrew?
Kind of. It is. It's not from a book in the sense that it isn't printed anywhere. It's from a creator I found on Instagram. His name is, I have up here, and I'm just going to get that for you right now. It's me.mimic on Instagram. Some amazing creations there. But I have changed 2 parts of it. The original creation specifically states gargantuan. Because I work with the other sizing scales, I've changed gargantuan to colossal. And the sizing scale for the original spell, the movement speed only increases by 20 feet. But I think if you're going to be that big, it makes sense to just double your initial movement speed rather than just adding on 20 feet. But other than that, me.mimic, fantastic content creator, especially for homebrew stuff. Love a lot of the stuff he does. He's also the person that came up with Wall of Mind. Or, I say he, as if I'm just making a really stupid assumption. I do apologise for that. They. They're also the ones that came up with Wall of Mind. In fact, all of the spells that I'm using for this particular thing, I got from them, because they match up brilliantly. But yes, you now have this spell scroll, Colossification. If you know a wizard, they can learn it. If you don't, you can use it. But it's a one-time use. I hand over to the party now. There are, and I will confirm, because of the journal that you have, there are 5 other scrolls if you would like to try and find them.
Ooh.
Or you can try and find them later.
Also would be good to try and find if there were any survivors. Probably not.
Yeah,
it might be worth it.
That might be a good idea, because we don't actually know. We just kind of guessed.
Okay.
I mean, based on the amount of bugs.
So we multi-class and do both. Because
Exactly.
we'll look for survivors, but we might just find scrolls.
Sorry, just wanted to quickly double check. Wingo, just a quick time check for yourself.
At 40 minutes.
About 40 minutes. Cool. Okay. I will put it to the party. There are 3 other towers that you have not been in at all. The corner towers. And there's multiple floors of this here. You can investigate around if you wish to try and find other scrolls. Try and look for survivors anywhere.
I'll handle looking for survivors. If you
Okay.
guys want to look for the scrolls.
I'll just look for cool shit. Whether
That's
it's
so valid.
survivors or I would like to find something. How about that?
Okay, that's fair. So
Oh, Charlie gave us a shiny and gold.
Ooh.
Oh, Charlie gives
Thank
a
you,
shiny
Charlie.
gold. Okay, so I tell you what I'm going to do with that shining gold then. There was another scroll that was inside this tower. Specifically
gonna say.
Specifically on this floor. I'll give you that for free. I'll say that he hands over 2 scrolls.
Yes.
So, with that, the other spell that is on this scroll that you're going to find is a incredibly potent spell. In order to cast this spell, you must have the capability to cast a 9th level spell. Call Hero. There is a material component to this spell. You must have a fabled relic, at least 500 years old, that the hero you wish to call has a attachment to. They have to have wielded it.
So is this scroll, because scrolls do material components, does this scroll call a specific hero, or do we need to find that?
No, in this case, I will say that as a scroll, this will fill in as a fabled thing. You'd be able to call anybody from fabled tales of time. Here's how it works. Using this spell, you can channel the lineage of ancestry, story, anything, to find a talented hero to guide you on your journey. As a result, your eyes turn golden, your memory is flooded with imagery of another life. Until the spell ends, and you gain any 4 of the following benefits. You cannot choose the same benefit multiple times. One of the benefits is you can gain 70 temporary hit points. If any of these remain when the spell ends, which is it does not say. It says duration special. Maybe it'll say it later on. I'll figure that one out. When the spell ends, these are lost. The second benefit you can choose. As a bonus action, you can manifest a spectral version of a weapon attached to the particular hero you channel in your hand. You're considered proficient with that weapon, and you have advantage on attack rolls with it. As an action, you can attack 3 times instead of once. And when you hit a target with that weapon, the target takes an extra 2d10 force damage. The third benefit, you choose 3 5th level spells. And you can cast them, it says here, at will.
Oh,
The fourth
that's
benefit,
interesting.
The fourth benefit, you become enshrouded in spectral plate armor. Your armor class becomes 18, and you do not gain the benefits of your dex modifier anymore. The next benefit is you can increase your proficiency modifier by 2.
That's really strong.
The next benefit, you gain proficiency in 2 saving throws of your choice.
You guys can be Christmas. Oh my god, we need it so bad.
And the next benefit would be you gain proficiency in 4 skills, 2 languages, and 2 tools of your choice. The spell ends after 8 hours. You can end the spell early as a bonus action. Immediately after the spell ends, you must succeed on a number of DC 20 Constitution saving throws for each 10 minutes that the spell was active, rounded up. For each failure, you gain a level of exhaustion.
Oh.
On that note, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Will you guys can talk about that? I just have to quickly jump to the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment.
Ooh.
I still have my earphones, so here you all, don't worry. Talk amongst yourselves.
So, you know how Fez has a magic inventory that just keeps pulling random stupid shit out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I have the Sword of Cass. It's been in my bag for a while. I don't even remember where we found it. But I think that counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the Sword of Cass, and I just have it in my backpack because I've already got something that talks to me. I don't need 2 of them.
We got shit from Davy Jones.
We did get shit from... That might have been it.
Oh man. We've got so much stuff.
You know...
Oh. Thank you for the shiny and gold.
Yeah, that was
You gave
fucking
us such
awesome.
nice cash and prizes.
Yeah, but that freaking the exhaustion, like, you gotta make sure that when you're using it, you're really strategic.
Or have an artificer who has greater resto prepared.
Or a druid that has it as well. Just
Yeah. Go full coffee lock. Oh yeah, we've died multiple times, and we've been to multiple underworlds, and one of them was Davy Jones' locker. And
I paid for my kid's college with that.
Oh, Davy Jones is very, very dead. But we were in the underworld, so that counts, Charlie. I'm trying to remember. Was he the one that was like fused to the sea serpent, and then we killed him with his own ass?
Yes.
Yeah. Not the same killing him with his own ass that was like farting it to death.
No, we did not do death by farts on that one.
That was not death by farts. We
That
had
was
a
the
lot...
one where 8 was able to take control of the serpent and it was starting to eat him.
Yes,
Yep.
that was
as
it.
we
Yeah.
were fighting.
Yeah. There's a lot of ass death in this game.
Oh yeah, no.
Death
Abigail
by-
the nerd freaking blew up a Titanic monster's ass that we were inside, and we all
Yeah.
died again.
We all died. Everything died of ass.
And
TPK by farts.
I gave the monster silvery barbs, so it got a nat 1, so it doubled that damage. So the big monster we were inside, I think it was 1,856 damage. I
It
think it was
was
something
like that.
something
It was
ridiculous like
upsetting.
that.
It was a setting.
No, it was
amount
not
of
death by
numbers.
snoo. It was death by fart.
It was death by Taco Bell. It lived no mas.
It was death by indigestion.
Yeah, it did not stand a chance. Once that spark was ignited, it was all over.
Oh yeah, because it was a fireball. We cast fireball inside the thing's
No,
colon.
no. It was a lightning bolt that she
That was
transmuted
to fire. That
into
was
fire. Mm-hmm.
So there was some major intent and purpose behind that.
Oh, yeah.
It was not an accident.
There was multiple of us said, "Are you sure this is what you want to do? You know what happens with gas?" And Abby's like, "Yep." Okay.
It wasn't even necessarily to win the fight. It was so we could fast travel. We had to by respawn.
The death of the monster was just a bonus.
Yeah, it was just a bonus so that we were trying to kill ourselves.
Here's the thing: is it was brilliant, to be honest, because we were chasing a monster inside another monster, and this monster was a chameleon. Basically, it kept getting being
Invisible,
going invisible, or going into the surroundings, and we were chasing it. And so instead of continuing to chase it further into its bowels, Abby said, "I can do 3 birds with 1 stone. I can get us back to where we need to go. I can kill both of these monsters and say fuck it." And that's what Abby did. It said fuck it.
Death by IBS.
Yep.
Yep.
good old irritable bowel syndrome.
So that was the spell you got. This particular one, and yes,
You
do
should be
have
scared of
to-
Abby, Charlie.
You should always be scared of Abby.
Abby's one of the best players to play with, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely terrifying, but great to play with.
But brilliant.
Our dear
They
friend,
did
Crit
great
Award
things.
losing Abigail the Nerd.
Those videos on TikTok have been making me laugh so much.
Be nice to my friend.
She's the one saying it.
Be nice to my friend. What do you guys want to do from here?
Time to search for things.
Time to search for things. Okay, so the first question I'll ask is for those who are searching for survivors. This is an open plan library, essentially. It's just like a very, very tall tower with a spiral staircase around it, which goes up and up and up, but there's no additional rooms. It's just walls of bookshelves and such. So you can see all the way up here. So if there's any survivors, they'll be in one of the other towers. You've already searched one of them. That would be the one on the southwest. So you've still got the northwest, northeast, and southeast tower. 8. Which of them would you like to investigate?
You said there was a courtyard, right?
There is a courtyard, yes.
Are there plants that aren't dead?
Not really, no.
Dang it. Because I was like, speak with plants, be like, hey, did you see anybody who was still alive? But in that case, I'll just go to the northwest one.
Okay, make your way to the northwest tower. So with you going to the northwest tower, Micah, you're looking for more scrolls.
I am looking, period.
You're just looking, period.
I'm
Okay,
looking
cool.
for people. I'm looking for things. I have ADHD. Do you show me something shiny or breathing? I don't fucking care. I just want to look.
So
Do you want to look here, or do you want to look in one of the other towers?
I will go to one of the towers that 8 is not at.
Okay, so you have a choice between northeast or southeast.
I'll do southeast, and I'm going to give each of them a bardic inspiration before I go.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And then going to Fez. What would you like to do?
I'm going to search the last one left.
Okay, so you're going to southeast, yeah?
Southeast.
Okay. If all of you could make me your investigation checks, please.
And you guys can put a nice D12 on that.
And Granite, do you know what? Granite will just search the library.
Bless him. He's gonna get lost. He's gonna be like, "Where am I? How do I get out of here?"
This bitch got a nat 20
Nice.
for a solid
And-
23.
And Bendito Burrito has just bought someone an at 20.
Oh,
Oh.
So
that's a
who,
lot.
Give it to 8.
who do you want to give it to? Do you want to give it to 8, Fez, or the NPC Granite? Do not give it to Granite. He has a -2 in intelligence.
That's just gonna
Give it to
him
8. I
want
rolled
to
a
do
nat
it.
19 already, so.
And I rolled an 8, so I
Yeah,
would really
give it to
love
8.
an nat 20. Especially because I actually have a really good investigation and I still haven't rolled my inspo. Okay, yeah, like if I get a nat 20,
Alright,
They've
8.
said they're giving it to 8. Okay, so
thank
we have a
you.
nat 20 for Micah. We've got a nat 20 for 8. And you said you rolled a 19, Fez?
You rolled a nat 19.
plus all
Nat
the things.
19. We
Yeah.
love a good strong
So,
nat 19.
for 3 D20s, we rolled 1 over max. Like, how cool is that?
That's awesome.
That's some.
That
That's
means
some.
my investigation was 35
That's
with the
some
nat
real,
20.
real good rolling right there. That's what that is.
Right.
I also rolled a
Not.
12 with my inspiration dice. So.
What's your total?
uh, you're asking me to do math. I'm only smart in the
I
game,
know,
not
I'm
in
so
real
mean.
life. Look at history, damn it.
Just give me numbers then, and I'll do the math.
I'm only
36.
smart in the game. Stop making me have to do
36.
things.
Not bad
my
for someone who's not even proficient in this skill.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Amazing. We're gonna find all the things, all the cash and prizes, and
We're gonna find
hopefully survivors. Probably
all
not
of them
survivors,
with
but we
cash.
can
All of the
so
prizes.
hope.
We are looking for things, yo. Like, we are looking for things. We got eagle eyes. Boom.
Okay. So. We're going to go with 8 first.
Okay.
8.
Mhm.
When you arrive in this tower, what you find is mostly storage space.
Okay.
You investigate and you look around a little bit more, and you find boxes and boxes, crates of scrolls, notes, all that kind of stuff. And then you find like a slipcase, like a leather-bound, cushioned case. You're very, very long. It was obviously meant to hold something quite grand in it. And as you open it, whatever was once in here is no longer here. It has been taken out and placed somewhere else. But nestled into the cushion of it, there is one of these scrolls.
Oh. Stick that in my chest compartment.
Other than that, what you find in here is mostly stuff that was moved aside. You know, there's like a lost and found box, like, you know, that kind of thing. Nothing's really survived in here, whether it's by environment or stuff that was maybe damaged because of the apocalypse, but nothing much in here.
No life. No survivors. No mages.
Nothing like that, I'm afraid.
No mages. Okay.
No mages. None mage.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're going to go now. Oh, sorry.
No, I found mages. I'm playing with them, though.
We're going to go to Micah. Micah, as you step foot here, what you find is that this appears to be some kind of dorm. Stepping on the first floor, and it seems to be like it's very, very broken down, like, you know, furniture's collapsed in on itself and stuff like that, but like a living space. And as you start to move up, you find beds, and lying on each of these beds, you find an unconscious person.
Not dead.
You can make a medicine check if you would like.
I would like to do that.
By all means, go ahead.
I've been pretty sure they're dead.
Just out of curiosity, what did you get?
Don't make me say it.
What did you get?
Was it a 1? Do you have
Was it
any
a 1?
bonus to it?
+4, so it's like a. I should know if what breath feels like 5. Like I can tell what breathing is 5.
I can tell what breathing is 5. You do certainly know what breathing is. You're very, very correct. However, the thought doesn't cross your mind that you should feel for them under their nose breathing, and you just look at their chest, which barely rises. You're just like, oh my god, they're all dead.
Everyone's dead.
They're all dead.
And oh, I found people. I don't think they're alive, but they're here.
They're all so dead.
Do I hear
So
that?
dead.
With my passive 26 perception?
On a passive 26, because how quiet it is here, I'm going to say yeah, you would hear that.
Hey, I don't know what to do, but their breath is not breathing.
Their breath is not breathing.
They be not alive to my knowledge.
Please, just keep going. This is fantastic.
They are either corpses or really sleepy. I cannot tell.
On top of that, as you look through this area and you try and make sense of what's going on, you will also find a scroll.
Nice.
The scroll that you find. Can you read Sylvan?
I cannot. So I pocket it and I will give it to Bez when I see him.
Absolutely fine. But yeah, that's it for you. There's nothing else of any kind of import here. Nothing that's of any major use.
I stay with the bodies until it gets here just to see if there's because I do have healing. I'm just apparently not really good at knowing heals.
Okay.
Do they need to heal? I don't know, unless there's like blood gushing out. I don't know.
Then we go to Fez. Fez, when you go to the southeast tower, you find another what appears to be some kind of dorm. But as you move up the floors, you don't see anybody here. But when you get to the top floor, it's less a big, large dorm room and more of a floor that's cordoned off with multiple rooms, which seems to have been for anybody, any like teachers or such that was stationed here. Or maybe at one point, because you do know the history of this place, maybe for the guards that were specifically lived in here. What you will find here, Fez, is a skeleton.
That's definitely dead.
Wearing what appears to be some kind of guard uniform. And in the eye socket of the skeleton there is a scroll. It definitely has some, blood and viscera that has been dried in for several decades on it. In fact, you could almost say roughly a century.
Yoink.
Okay.
I'm gonna read the scroll.
Okay. You read the scroll. As you open it up, you will see it is in fact a spell, as you probably would have guessed.
Yay.
The spell here does have a name. Again, it's very, very telltale.
Dave.
That's it. Dave. That's exactly what it is. It just says, Dave, you summon Dave. That's it. That's what you get.
Summon a guy.
I hope you have so much fun with this spell scroll. Summon Dave!
Like
However, I make that joke. You're not far off. Again, this spell requires quite the potent capability for spell casting. It requires the ability to cast an 8th level spell. It is called Umbral Clone. You manifest duration of up to 1 hour. It is concentration based. You manifest a shadowy duplicate of yourself in an unoccupied space within range. The clone looks exactly like you, but without any colour. It has the same statistics and an equal amount of hit points as you have when you cast the spell. In addition, it carries shadowy versions of your equipment. Roll initiative for the shadow clone, which has its own turns. You can control the clone on its turn. The clone cannot regain hit points and it disappears when it drops to 0 hit points. You and your clone share the same magical reserves, so when the clone casts a spell or uses one of your abilities, you must expend the spell slot or use of that ability accordingly. Additionally, the clone can use its shadowy equipment as you would be able to use your equipment. If the clone uses a consumable item, or expends a charge of an item, or does something similar, the original item in your possession is affected as if you would have used it. If the shadow throws or loses an item, the shadowy version vanishes and the original item manifests in its place. Further, you or your clone can use an action to magically switch positions with each other. That is that. And Granite rolled a 3.
Oh, bless him.
Okay, to be real, he rolled a 5. But it became a 3.
-2.
That boy is like, I can't find the scrolls. What? Have you looked everywhere? Yeah, but there's too many of these rolled up paper things in the way. He's so
Oh,
dumb.
bless him. We love him, though. We love him.
But you
Yeah,
have
okay.
found a number of scrolls at this point. You've also found the mages. The ones that are alive.
The ones that aren't bisected.
8, you did hear Micah shouting for you, so do you go and respond to Micah?
Oh, yeah.
8, you make your way towards these slumbering mages, and you find Micah standing in this room with them. Take it from there.
Okay. Okay.
Can I do a medicine check?
You certainly can.
Okay. Give myself guidance, just in case. Just in case the dice are mean to me. The dice are mean to me! Okay. A 12? Dice are mean.
A 12. Okay. Over the course of time since Micah has found them, they've started to stir. You know, kind of like people do when they're sleeping.
Yeah.
With that medicine check, you can see that whatever effect was on them, they appear to just
Right.
very literally be sleeping right now.
Okay.
Well, I can get them all back to the others. I think we all regroup and we all go should head back.
Yeah.
How do you get Fez to come? Because I don't know where he went.
Margarita!
Well,
Margaritas!
usually he's got this little spot below his ear that if you rub it hard enough.
Oh. I thought he was asexual. I thought you have a fucking spot.
He is. He's unaware of this spot.
I'm God though, so like I don't know.
Right.
Halfling hanging out the window. Margaritas!
As is immediately behind you.
Wow, that really does work. And what I do is, okay, just give me a second. I'll go. I can get us all back, and I jump out the window.
Oh.
And what comes up is just black. The window is completely covered in shadow as I fly out as a amethyst dragon, as I use polymorph on myself to transport everyone back. Because I might as well use my level 9 spell while I have it, okay?
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So this is just those beautiful, and like the scales, you can see it's like geodes. They're crystals, so all of them are not smooth. They're very much shining in different ways. So you can see the speckles as I fly out and the sun hits me on the walls, like when you have the prisms.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that.
Can I talk as a dragon? I feel like I can talk as a dragon.
Dragons are intelligent creatures, so yes, you can talk.
Just put them on my back, and it's just a really loud, just a louder version of her. Put them on my back, and we can get going.
Gather all the people.
Okay, start gathering all the people, putting them on the back of the amethyst dragon. Some of them do wake up and are able to kind of start helping you move people. Eventually, you get the entire group of the 15 or so that went with Silas. You're returning with 12 of them.
Yep. Okay. I'm making eyes at Granite in my stone dragon form.
Granite's... Let's see.
Come on, he might not be intelligent, but like, I'm a big rock. I'm a bit sparkle. I'm amethyst. Sparkle, fucking sparkle. Notice me, senpai. Let's go.
He's as you're sitting making these draconic eyes at him, Granite is like, I want to learn how to do that.
I can teach you.
I'm going to learn how to do that.
Sounds good.
Granite finding a wish. I wish I was a dragon.
Literally just turn him into like just tomorrow. I could just turn him into a dragon if he wants to be a dragon for the rest of his until it gets dispelled.
I now have to go and create a marble dragon because Granite has to become a dragon.
We can make babies. I'll be a dragon. He'll be a dragon.
Do you not choose if a true polymorph becomes permanent at the end of it?
It will end only if dispelled. So we can both become dragons and just fuck off, literally.
I guess I'm going to be homebrewing a marble dragon.
Plus, his intelligence would go up.
I don't think we want to give Granite heightened intelligence. He's already dangerous. We don't want to make him smart as well. The worst thing they did to the Hulk was make him Banner. So you're leaving with them, flying back to... you came over here on the back of you came over here on what was essentially a very small dinghy. And you're flying back on a dragon. But you fly back to the shore, land, and the mages and the other gargoyles are overjoyed to see their wards and their friends return to them. As everybody's making their way back in, Obsidian will look towards you all, give a nod, which is about as much as a gargoyle will do in the way of like, "Way, you saved our people!" He gives a nod, then looks at you 8, and he says, "When you're ready, Cole, we will answer." I cannot tell you how many of our charges that we can promise, but those who are able and willing, we will bring to bear. And then he will turn back and he will yell in gargoyle, and immediately coming out of the caves that these mages have been living in, you see upwards of 40, 50 gargoyles. Most of them are quite young. They are obviously quite short, and the younger ones are all kind of the same kind of coloration. They come from the same stone, but there is a large number of them.
Gotta go let Heath out again. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. And all the mages all come out as well, and they start to make their way towards this fortress that you guys have just cleared out, as they're going to go and try and make a home. And with that, I think that's a funky place to end this, as the next session will begin with you guys making your way back, regrouping on the island of Soria, with Jericho and Teddy, and then making your way to the underwater facility ran by the fleet.
We're gonna get Fergus back!
Hell yeah.
I will give you an end credit scene here.
Oh no, do not have my son being tortured.
But we are going to go to this underwater facility. A room. And in the centre of it, a large circular piece of apparatus made from a pulsing, strange-looking metal. It glimmers with oranges and blues, but a deep, throbbing crimson sheen off of it as well. An old man stands in front of it, his body hunched in on itself, with multiple tanks attached to his body and a huge breathing apparatus. Around this wheel of metal, there are scribed runes in many different languages. And he takes this apparatus off and he wheezes, "Is it ready?" And a voice is going to say, "Almost. We just need one more thing." And the old man waves his hands, and immediately people move over and they start to unclip all the apparatus from around him to remove these tanks. And as his robes and these tanks are removed, it shows a horrifically wounded and scarred and emaciated body. He steps up to this ring and his feet are guided into 2 manacles at the bottom, and his arms into 2 manacles at the top. He's there for a couple of minutes before everybody clears out of the room, and then magic starts to channel. Chanting in Draconic, Abyssal, Celestial, Infernal, and Sylvan. All at the same time, chanting the same thing over and over and over again, as multiple needles constructed of several different types of magic form around his body, and then in one fell swoop, all at the same time, pierce. And that's where we'll end today's session. Thank you very much for everybody that came to see us today. Thank you to my amazing cast, and thank you once again to the amazing creators over at Black Vault and the fantastic content creator that I found on Instagram, known as me.mimic, for their amazing creations. If you like what you've seen today, check out the rest of our stuff. Go and check our social medias. Anywhere that you can find social media, We are there at World Tree Quest. Please do go and consider following us, subscribe to the YouTube, and hit that follow on our Twitch. I don't have anything I really want to plug at this moment in time, so I'm going to pass over to my players and allow them to plug themselves, and allow Wingo to plug that thing that I don't plug because I get all the details mixed up. So I'm going to pass over to Wingo and allow them to plug anything they want to. Wingo, go ahead.
Next game of Talish Amity should be April 6th. It should be April 6th. We'll get back to you on that. As of right now, I am paralyzed, fearful, and we're starting combat. It's not. It doesn't sound like a good time. I should have listened to Manny. Manny said to run, and then then I got fearful, and then I was like, oh, I should have run. That was a good call. I was confused. Mm-hmm. So, March 6th should be the next episode for that.
Anything else you'd like to plug, Wingo?
I don't think so.
Fantastic. Jess, what about yourself? Anything you'd like to plug at all?
I'm here on Saturday in Dragon Age. Other than that, I'm here and I'm happy.
And last and most certainly not least, Will, anything you'd like to plug?
Just PAX East. I'm going to be running games up in Boston. Come on over. Say hi. Play games.
To add on to that, I'll be at UK Games Expo in Birmingham, May 30th to June 1st. If you're there, come and say hello. If that's it for my players, and that's it from me, well, that's it from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch and YouTube. With me today, we've had Stories from the Roses, we've had Johnny Deadman, and we've had Wingo the Wizard. From all of us here at World Tree Quest, good night, stay safe. Every now and again, the halfling has to fuck the gargoyle.
No.
Also,
yes, finally!
Also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.